Hello Celebrity Apprentice fans, AI Champ 08 here with your Celebrity Apprentice review. So last night's episode ended with the final four becoming the final two, and also the final task starting. And so we had the final four basically in the boardroom. Basically, obviously, as usual, two people would be fired from that final four. But there was a little twist this time. Instead of just firing two people, the two weakest people overall, Trump would fire one from each team, which I thought was wrong, but it was an interesting twist to it. Because honestly, I thought it would be okay. Penn and Lisa are going to be the final two. Nope, not now, because one of those two will definitely be fired now. So first, let's go to the people that got fired. So first person that was fired was Lisa Rinna. And I gotta say that was definitely correct because you're basing it between Penn and Lisa. Lisa was definitely the weaker of the two because a big thing, though Lisa and Penn both won twice as project managers, let's see how much they each won for their charity. And Lisa definitely won a lot more money for a charity. But she was the project manager for a fundraising task. Penn was not. So you kind of have a bit of an advantage there. She kind of has a bit of an advantage there. But the big thing with that Penn has over Lisa is that Penn always has contacts in there. He always had something good to provide to every task that they have won, specifically the last 3 tasks or so. So that's definitely why Penn was definitely the right person to be in the final 2 over Lisa. But I gotta say I agree with Trump and everybody else. She definitely improved over last time. I was thinking when they said that Lisa Rinna was gonna get brought back for the season, I was just thinking, why? She wasn't good in Celebrity Apprentice 4, so why is she back? I definitely take that back now with Lisa. Honestly, she has more than proven herself this season, honestly. Because making it to the final 4 in itself is an accomplishment. And to be a strong competitor as she has, that just adds to it. Alright, so let's move on to Lil Jon. Now, Lil Jon actually I thought would be a strong contender coming into this game just because he was known back in Celebrity Apprentice 4 for having such a strong mind, just coming up with such winning ideas. And he did that again this season at the beginning, but I think he kind of faded out towards the middle and end of the competition, and it was just like it wasn't as good a performance from Lil Jon as the first time round. And adding the fact that he had 1 win, 1 loss project manager in comparison to the 2 wins he had in his first time round, and you compare the fact that everybody else had a 2-0 project manager record, that leaves him at a disadvantage right off the bat there. And then he has his 3-7 track record this season to add to that, and raising less money than Trace. It's just like it was like one thing after another for Lil Jon. It was just, and then it's just like, yeah, Trace is in the final 2 over him. I think that I don't think that one really surprised anybody either. Unfortunately, yeah. So then we're down to the final 2. We got Penn Jillette, we got Trace. Now both these two definitely got assets on their side. So with Trace's big thing is the contacts he can get in. Because that has been the big thing. He's managed to get a lot of money for his charity based on those contacts. But it doesn't seem like It seems like so far, based on this first episode of the final task, Penn's actually the one having an easier time with that, which I'm actually very surprised. But let's look at his team members first of all. Lil Jon, honestly, is good for him, good with Trace, just because he's got an energy factor about him. He's got good ideas. And yeah, those are basically the two aspects. With Gary, Gary's big thing is probably his big thing is he had such an energy when they were doing the taste test. It works so well because anybody that's comes into a place and tries like a survey or a taste test like that wants to see someone with that kind of energy. And also the promotional video, like that was just a shoo-in. He was killing it with that. And then the Gary Busey dance, to the Gary Busey Sugar Rush dance. That was awesome. That was just awesome. And I'll say for Gary, gonna quote Trace here, just go and stretch. Just go and stretch. You'll only get that if you actually watch the episode. Just go and stretch. I guess there's a time though when you definitely need to do what Trace was thinking of doing but didn't actually do, and put an elephant tranquilizer in some elephant tranquilizer in his ice cream. Makes sense. Because you need to calm Gary down somehow. And then we have Mary Lou. Mary Lou is definitely hard to handle because she's got ideas coming out the kazoo. She's good when you can get her on track, though. Yeah. Though she made it difficult to do that one part with her at the video when she was arguing with Lil Jon. Ay, ay, ay. If I was Lil Jon, I'd just be like, that was my head exploding on that one. That would be my head exploding. Alright, so let's get to Penn. Now, Penn's big thing. Penn can call on a lot of people when he needs to. It's almost a drop of the hat type thing with Penn. Like he managed to. Who has he managed to call that has been like substantial? He called the flute. He called like what was in that last week's task that he called? Who did he call? Was it the flute player or something? Yeah, that was amazing. Like he got that down. And then a few episodes back, he got the Zulu dancers. That was brilliant, honestly. So Penn honestly knows who to call when he needs to get something specifically. And I think adding the fact that he seems to have a fair amount of contacts, like, for example, if he can get people like Wayne Newton or... Like, Wayne Newton is a big one, or even what they got listed here, the Blue Man Group. Those are winning contacts, like, honestly. Those are definitely winning contacts if they are executed right. Unfortunately, like, hopefully it's at least executed better than how Penn executed it the first time he was in Celebrity Apprentice last year when they did the balloon, when they brought the balloons of money, it exploded and the money went everywhere. Yeah, if you remember that, like, that one didn't go well. But hopefully he doesn't do anything like that again with the Blue Man Group. Alright, so let's go to Penn's teammates here. We got Lisa Rinna, who has worked with Penn straight from the beginning. I think this was the perfect teammate for Penn for this, just because, honestly, they work so well together, and I think if Penn wasn't working with her, I would basically just be thinking, why, Trump? Why? And then we have LaToya Jackson. Now, LaToya was fired quite early, so I'm actually kind of surprised that she was one of the 6 that came back to help with the final task. But they've had people that early come back before, fired that early come back before. specifically actually the third person fired, like Daryl Strawberry in in the third Celebrity Apprentice, and also Tom Green in the second one. Yeah, basically with Latoya. Yeah, I think it was amazing. Like the idea when she came up with the idea, the swirl. That was a good idea because I think it's very catchy. Though Penn wasn't sure they would understand the turtle thing. I think the name says it all almost. If you're thinking of the candy, if you're thinking of the caramel candies, it's like, okay. I think people will pick that up. It's like, okay. I think it's gonna work very well with that. So good job to Latoya for that idea. And then we got Dennis. Well, Dennis has improved immensely since his first time around, so it's a good thing he's been brought back for this final task just to show one more time what he can do. And you know what? Dennis didn't disappoint, especially when he was under the table while Penn and Teller were doing their little video shoot there, their promotional video shoot. Poor Dennis though for getting the ice cream shot down on him there. Poor Dennis. I was just like thinking like, okay, Dennis, you're gonna get under the table. Next thing you know, clean up on aisle 12. Yeah, but Dennis, honestly, I gotta hand to him. He has improved, and hopefully he can help Penn this final task. And so now the big thing is Trace. Trace's thing is he needs to get some people in here. That's the one thing that Trace may have a difficult time with. And then we'll see if he can do that, because raising money, that's obviously one of the major criteria for this. So hopefully Trace can get some of his contacts in there. Then Penn's thing. They got, even with the edited material, they're about 12 seconds over the amount of time they can have in their promotional video. Now, you may think, okay, 12 seconds, this isn't a big deal, but when you're editing a video, it's like a house of cards. You pull the wrong part at the wrong time out, the whole thing could come crashing down like that. The whole thing could get completely messed up. So that's why it's like, hopefully Penn and his team can find the part in the video that is good. Now let's get to basically the predictions for next week's finale. Who's going to win? I'm going to have to say I feel like Penn's going to win and that Trace is going to finish second again. Though if history shows, usually if the winner of the first project, somebody wins as the first project manager of the season and they make it to the final two, usually they win. Like which examples do we have? We have Joan Rivers was an example of that, and Bret Michaels. We have those two examples of that. So that's why Trace might be able to win, but I feel like it's going to be Penn. I would love to hear everyone's opinions though, so please state your opinion in the comments section below this video. Hope you have a great day and hope you enjoy watching the finale next week. Have a good one. Where's the button? There it is.